All right, so
All right.
this is our first podcast, huh?
Yes. Micah?
Awesome.
Podcast. Give me your hand.
Podcast.
Good girl.
So, what are we going to start with for our first podcast, do you think?
Yesterday people asked me actually one question. A lot of people asking me the same question. If I was cooking while I was a kid.
If you're cooking while you're a kid.
Yeah. If I was... if I like it, obviously, when I was
Well,
a kid.
that's a good way. That's a good place to start.
Yes.
What we're going to talk about, and it's Thenias Kitchen, where it all began,
Yes.
where it's going, and in between.
Oh my God, this is our first podcast and I'm a little bit anxious.
That's all right. Anxious is good.
Okay.
Anxious is good.
For some people that ask me if I did that for many years and if I was in love with the cooking, because I had some questions like that. Well, no, I love watching my mom cooking and I always like to be around her and my yaya as well, my grandmother and my mom. But no, my dream was always to be a flight attendant, completely different. So, but I failed.
You didn't
every
fail.
time.
You gave it a go.
No, every time. No, I did give it a go, but I failed every time that I give it a go.
Because you couldn't speak English.
Yeah.
They asked you,
Well,
why do you
right.
want to work as a flight attendant? And you said, because I like to travel.
Yeah.
Because I want to travel the world for free.
Yeah. It's actually that's the
So
truth.
funny.
Yeah, that was the truth. And actually was a wrong answer.
Yeah. But that's the answer that they didn't want. But that's all right. At least you gave it a crack. And
Yes, I
at
did.
least you had the confidence to go without speaking almost any English.
No, yeah,
and
I didn't.
And you'd go and give it a crack, but unfortunately it didn't work out, and that's
No.
probably for the best.
Yeah, that was the best for the best.
Because you had an
definitely.
interview at Virgin, you had an interview at
Emirates, Virgin,
and I think that was
Etihad,
yeah.
all the most famous. I didn't want to go too low, you know.
Yeah, so that didn't work out.
So Willsy actually, that was the person that he pushed me to start the cooking Instagram cooking page.
Yeah.
It wasn't my choice. I wasn't ready for it. My English wasn't good, as you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, he believed that I could do well on my Instagram,
Definitely.
which is I really enjoy. That's it. I like to dress up as a different things sometimes, and I like to cooking outside. I enjoy this.
And we like the
cooking.
wild Australia, the nature, and the kookaburras and the cockatoos, and you know, you added.
How nice.
Yeah, you took photos of yourself cooking with the. There's a photo that I remember clearly with the cockatoo on the.
With the cockatoo
on top of the sign.
I remember that.
And then the dolphins were in the background. And the dolphins went past on the beach. They were really close to the beach.
Oh,
the dolphins.
yeah. I've got a photo about
so like
this. This is
we
so
sort
nice.
of that's where we sort of started to fall in love with
cooking.
with
and
cooking and traveling, and we thought, you know what,
Take a
there's,
videos and stuff.
we could actually, this would be fun if we could
Yeah.
make something out of this. But we're doing those trips on the weekends, and and then we moved, because we're living in the city in Paran, and then we moved to the beach. And then when we moved to the beach, that was 2019, and that's when the COVID-19 started.
Exactly.
And when COVID-19 started, we were renting a place in near the beach.
Yeah.
And I'd already bought a place in the
C4.
country. I'd already bought a place in the country, but we were renting a place. So when COVID hit, we decided, you know what, let's move into the house that we already had.
Yeah.
Let's move in there because it was just sitting there empty. It was really funny because when we moved into Chernside Park, the real estate agent told the old owner that she can take whatever she wants, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And she literally thought that, I can take whatever I want.
Yes.
So she took the carpet on the ground, the fixed carpet on the ground, the
fixed carpet.
tiles. She took the ceiling
The
fans. She
fans.
took the fans in the bathroom.
Yeah.
She took the taps on the sink. She took everything.
Even
didn't
was
she?
missing from the cupboards
The handles, the cupboard handles were missing as well. It was
Probably
crazy.
was new, and she said, "Oh, I'm selling the house. Let's take everything out, whatever I want."
Yeah, we actually ended up meeting her, and she was a really nice lady, wasn't she? But
She
I
was
think
nice
she just,
lady.
I think it was because she had the house for so long. I think she built it, in early 90,
She has a
19,
difficult time about the house. I
early
remember the
90s.
story.
Yeah, I think that she just had no idea what to do, and our real estate agent, he was very careless as well. So he said
Yeah.
you can take everything, and she literally thought
Took
everything.
Thanks God she left the ceiling.
Yeah. We came in and all the carpet was just gone. We're like, what the hell? But yeah, so that's when we moved to Churnside Park. And that's really where Thenias Kitchen started to take shape. And that's
Slowly. Back still slowly. Still I did the first little steps.
Yeah.
It wasn't consistently.
Consistently, yeah,
consistently. But yeah, that was the first steps.
Yeah, and it started, but we started to sort of push it then because you're working at an insurance company, in Melbourne that cleaned up after when there was fires or...
Yeah, I was in a
anything.
fire department and I was working for them five days a week.
Yeah, 5, 6, sometimes 6,
sometimes
6 days a
six.
week,
Yeah, depends. All these bushfires and stuff like that. It was in 2018, I think.
Yeah, you
18,
started
that
the
was,
job in
yeah.
2018. Oh,
So
2000,
we went-
yeah, 2018 you
18,
started.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, I was working for them, and then when already we was living in a COVID situation, we was already in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I didn't stop. So it was lockdowns, but because we was working for insurance companies, so we didn't stop. So I was from one of the blessed ones that wasn't working
That you could
in
work
a,
through, yeah.
yeah,
Because you're doing
in a
COVID
kitchen.
cleans as well.
Exactly, COVID cleans.
Where you
we've
had to
done
dress up in a full suit.
Full suit, yeah.
Yeah. The girls you're working with are cool as well.
Oh
They're
yeah, I
nice.
missed the.
Yeah.
I missed Diana, to be honest.
Yeah.
She
You're
was
still in
a bit-
contact. You're still in contact.
Of course, I'm still in contact with her.
Yeah.
I missed all the girls. I missed all the team that we was there. But it was that moment that COVID-19. Oh, hang on. It was the moment that. Oh yeah, it was the moment that the restrictions came to me, knocked the door. Very
Yeah.
hard.
You just had a what's it called?
Upgrade.
Yeah,
Upgrade my job.
A better position. You just
Better-
got given a better position
Yeah.
in your job
They give me better
after 3
position.
years
After
of
3
working
years.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah. After 3 years, they gave me better position in this job, and they asked me if I would like to be the leader of the team. So I wouldn't do as much as I used to do. I would be just easier job, a lot of responsibilities, yes, but was something that I would like to do, and the money was really good. So I said yes. Anyway, I had to go past about some tests, psychological test.
Health checks for a cleaning job.
Health checks,
Psychological. Do you reckon you'd pass it now?
No, I wouldn't pass now. I'm too relaxed now. I wouldn't. They will say, this girl is Lulu.
She's loopy.
The Lulu. Now it's a new word in Greece.
Yeah.
So they call it the Lulu.
Oh, Lulu.
The Lulu.
Oh, imagine I went to do a Delulu test. The machine would blow up. A monkey with bells would come up.
100%,
Ding,
no.
ding.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what's happened, and they
So they gave you
did all these tests. I've done the test, very exciting. I passed all the tests, and that was happened. The test happened like on Monday. Wednesday we had the meeting to tell me about the new position, sign up the contract, exciting me, sign the contract up, and it came message Thursday, the next day, Thursday afternoon. That was the first restriction that it happened, and they asked me to do the vaccine by Monday. That was the first restriction.
Yeah.
And
They said
you
have to do the vaccine by Monday, otherwise you lose your job.
Otherwise, you lose your job. My legs, it was cut in half. Like when
Yeah.
I felt this cold κρύο how you call it, this cold numbness on my legs. I said, no, this is not happening right now.
Yeah. And
This
just
is-
imagine
can't
this,
happen.
like all the price of everything's going up.
Going up.
You know,
lost-
we've just bought a house, so we've just moved into the house. We're mid-renovation.
Yeah, I could help Willsy to do that.
I was only on a wage. I was only making an hourly rate.
Yes.
And yeah, so I was still on a wage. Thena, and together we would have been making really good money.
We
We were making good money, and with that position, we're really excited because we're like, all right, cool.
Eventually, I said, okay, that will be amazing in the future. We will do a lot of things. Maybe we'll do a lot of different things.
Yeah, and then we celebrated. We went out for dinner. We did, didn't we? We went out for dinner. We celebrated. We were real happy, and then boom, on the Monday or on the Friday, they message you and they said, if you don't do the vaccine. then you've lost your job. And we had already made the decision earlier on that there was no way that we're going to get the vaccine.
No bloody way.
No way. We just said, no, that's it.
And time though, very...
So that was on the Friday.
Difficult.
On the Friday, it was very difficult during the time and that decision. But that was on the Friday that they messaged you. And then on the Monday... we had 2 days to decide what the F are we going to do with our lives, didn't we? We said, what are we going to do?
I was so depressed.
Yeah, Thena, she had her hood on, smoking cigarettes, just barely got a conversation out of you, remember?
Yeah, I was very depressed. And all of this, I had to make a little fun videos that wasn't me at all.
There was the 2 days where we were like, what are we going to do? And then that's when we decided, we made a split decision. We're like, all right, cool, get rid of your job. Doesn't matter. We're going to work out something else. Let's do it together.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What are we going to do? And then, honestly, it was like the Monday that you got rid of your job. There was probably 2 weeks there or 3 weeks, and a light bulb just clicked in our head. We said, why don't you start a catering business?
Yes, that was the first idea. You said, should we?
Yeah. Let's start a catering business.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so that then. You started cooking for my friends and
I started cooking
our
for
family.
Your friends. Yeah, I did some other from other clients that they messaged me on Instagram. Even I had back then like even 1,000 followers, 500 followers, and I started from there. I started cooking homemade meals from home.
And it really took off, didn't it? You were cooking for 10, 15 people, easy.
Every week.
Every week.
It was
and that's 3 meals a week.
Yes.
15 meals. Sorry, 3 meals a day. No, 2 meals a day. So it was lunch and breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yes.
And that was 5 days of the week. So times that by 10, it's a lot of meals. It's 30 meals.
Yes,
it's 30 meals per day, per week. And there's photos on your Instagram that show how many meals you're cooking.
Yes, I did very well, to be honest. I was very happy. I was at home. I had relaxed. I was making my time
with your
to
Greek
do it.
music. You'd
My
put
Greek
on your
music.
Yeah.
It was absolutely,
It
was so much fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I had a good time.
Again, unfortunately, due to the mandatories and the COVID situation, again, we hit a bit of a dead end with that. We hit a really hard period where all the shops in Melbourne were pretty much empty of food, and the only food that was in Melbourne was so expensive.
And I couldn't ask the people
to buy one chicken was like $30, $20-$30. Well, how much? Well, I don't know exactly how much was it.
I remember the olive oil that I used so much. It was like I used to buy it for 19, and then in the next week, like it went to $35.
Yeah, so you used to buy it for $20. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it went to $30.
And then I said, hang on, I remember it was one moment that I saw the bloody cucumbers to make tzatziki. It was $7 for one.
Yeah.
For one big cucumber.
$7 for one cucumber.
I wish this cucumber to shovel into your Daniel Landers fucking call, eh? Cut that out.
So then you raised your prices on the food. And then people still wanted to support you, but then also people were finding it difficult as well, because most of the people that you were cooking for were tradies. So the tradies were struggling to afford material because the price of the building materials were going up as well.
So for everybody it was very difficult time.
Yeah, and then and then, you know, there was families as well that you were cooking for. And then all of a sudden it just like stopped because the prices of everything were going up and it stopped. So, but it was slowly sort of reducing. There was like a period of like over a month or a couple of months where just like people started dropping off. We're like, what do we do? What do we do? You know, we've got to think about something else.
Back then, though, we tell you what, because I loved so much the chickens, I said to Willsy, let's buy chickens. And we bought chickens.
Because your parents have chickens.
Yeah, because I grew up with chickens, so I love chickens. So Willsy said, chickens, like, okay, if you really want it.
we had a massive property. We had 1,000 square meter property. So which we were planning on building, which we ended up building a house on the back of it. But we had 1,000 square meters of land.
Yes.
That had nothing, and it was growing grass. And that's where then it's like chickens. We can buy chickens.
And then Willsy, we don't need to do the grass every then and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we get 4 chickens in the beginning.
4 chickens, and then it turned into 40, and then it turned into 80, and then it turned into 200, then 500, then 1,000.
And then 1,000 chooks in the backyard.
In the backyard.
With a lot of arguments with the neighbors.
And legal. But you know how we settled that?
I was giving them free eggs.
We had egg baskets on every fence.
Because every time I said, fuck, it wasn't a chicken, Willsy, that was a rooster. So, cocorico.
Yeah.
I had somehow to make their heart a little bit more
because
soft. They was upset, some of them.
Because in Melbourne, you're not allowed roosters. You're only allowed 2 chickens or 4 chickens per household, but you're not allowed roosters.
And not 1,000 chickens.
Yeah, not 1,000 chickens.
10 roosters.
Yeah, and our neighbours are actually really good because they actually didn't dob us in. Not that we know of. I don't think they did. They dobbed us in once, but that's another story. But they didn't dob us in for having the chickens. But it was good because when we had the roosters, we had these Indians that would come over and buy the roosters. Remember? You didn't like selling it to them because they were obviously eating them. But
now I remember.
I just didn't.
Yeah, they came 4 big men and they said, do you give it this day for sailing? I said, no, it's not for your faces, boys. I know you want to eat them.
Yeah.
And they said, no, how you know that I want to have it for dinner? How you know that I will eat it? I said, because you're Indian. And Willsy get offended.
Yeah.
Remember we have an argument.
Yeah.
But they was laughing because I knew that they're going to eat it, you know.
Yeah. And
I'm Greek. I can smell the dangerous and the conspiracy from very far.
Yeah. So we literally just built this chicken empire.
That's
off
right.
literally nothing. It was just an idea of you buying 2 chickens, and then, you know, because everything was expensive, we saw an opportunity that, you know, the food's expensive, chickens are expensive, eggs are expensive. We saw an opportunity. We're like, you know, let's buy. We have all this land. Why not? Let's make a chicken farm, and that's exactly what we did. And I remember I was at work, and I was working in the city in Melbourne. And my phone was just going off. Like, I was just boom, 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 boom. Like, so many people were buying chickens. Like,
it was unreal.
And we had golden chickens. We had all the breeds of chickens in the world. We had golden chickens, black and white chickens. Yeah. We had silver chickens. We had blue chickens. You know, all sorts of chickens.
We had the black with the green underneath the leaves. It was... There was also, all gorgeous.
We were selling some of the chickens for $50 a chicken, $45 a chicken.
Yeah, the young ones was $30.
Yeah.
I wish I would have still them. I love the chooks.
Yeah.
It was our babies, wasn't it?
They were.
And one duck. Yeah.
And one duck.
So this is what actually we did to make some money on the side.
That's right. After the catering sort of just slowed down. You're still doing a bit of catering, but not as much. You know, there was no, because everyone was sort of struggling. There was just no real interest after that, and everybody was struggling. Like, so many businesses in that time shut down. You know,
it was difficult.
And all your friends that have food shops, and, you know, everyone said we're struggling. So no one's buying our produce. Everyone's, you know, growing themselves, or they're just living
People that
off
start growing themselves
Yeah,
and
or-
living
or
off
living
whatever they
off
have.
processed food.
Yeah.
Like some of your friends were living off packet noodles. They went from eating
Noodles.
grilled chicken to eating packet noodles because it was just everything was so extreme.
They couldn't afford.
Um,
We couldn't afford it as well. Like, it was difficult, man. I remember.
Yeah, but the chickens, and then one day I was sitting on the couch. And then that ended up coming to an end. The chickens ended up coming to an end
Because
one
we
day,
were selling the house, though.
Yeah, but we were selling the house. That's right. Yeah, we were selling, but we were selling it like a couple of months later.
Yeah.
But I was sitting on the couch and I was having a beer, and I just had flies all over me. And we had fly traps everywhere. Remember? We'd have fly traps everywhere to catch these flies, and all our fly traps were full because the chickens stunk.
And I used to have as well the CDs. You know the CDs? Junkies.
And I just had flies all over me, and I was like, you know what? This is crazy. This is actually insane. Let's just get rid of all these chooks. So we called this Chinese lady, and the next day she came and she picked up all the chooks. She gave me, I think it was $1,000, and she grabbed all the chooks, and she grabbed one of the cages, and she offered me like $300 for another cage, and I said no, it's not enough because we spent a lot of time building that other cage because we built everything with our own hands. Yeah, she goes, I'll give you $300 for it. We never ended up selling it.
I refused. I don't want to sell the house.
Yeah. Not the chicken house and the house, but yeah, I had to end up paying the builder to get rid of that chicken house. After the chickens, we sold the front house, and we decided let's start trying to push Thenias Kitchen full time.
Yeah.
True.
That's
when we decided, you know what, let's try and make this happen. They love.
Well, I have every day I have the best conversation with my girlfriends from Instagram. I have very good
community. It's become a good community,
yes,
hasn't it?
And I wish one day to meet some of them. Like, we have really good conversations, and every day I've got friends that.
And hey, have you ever thought this when you first started Instagram, that you have this big community?
No way! I would never thought about it, and I'm very excited that I did it, and you pushed me to do it, and I'm doing it now, and I guess I will keep doing it and grow.
And you're doing a good job. Your videos are amazing now, and they're just getting better because we've got the time. Before we had no time.
We didn't have enough time, no. Think about it, when we sell the house and we went to Greece.
Yeah.
Then with the money that you sold the house.
Yeah.
You bought the camera equipment. So going to Greece, we had a camera.
Yeah.
And all the stuff.
Yeah, we bought all the camera equipment. We spent like, I don't know, 10 grand almost on camera equipment.
Yeah, it was expensive, all the cameras and the drones and everything.
But it was sort of like a new adventure that we were aspiring to do. We had already, in our short time being together, we had already done so many things. We're like, let's, if we had documented all these little businesses that we've created.
Man, that was just so much fun.
But it's not until now that we sort of think, man, imagine we had documented all the adventures we've done,
Yeah, the house, everything.
Everything. Yeah, but that's all right. But when we bought the camera, it was sort of that new step, that new venture that we're going to do. We're going to, try something else.
That's right.
And this has been the hardest thing to grow.
Before we go though to Greece, before we go to sell the house and going to go away, what we did, we sat down, remember, and you said to me, do you want to get a van when we sell the house?
Yeah.
And travel the world?
Yeah, because we're over everything at this point. We're over Melbourne. We
had enough, I think. We had enough from all this stress, lost the job, try new business, and we
kept coming to dead ends. But most importantly, we didn't know if we could legally work again. Because we didn't know we were ever going to come out of COVID, did we?
Yeah,
We
that's
didn't
right.
know. We had
Yeah.
no freaking idea what the future would hold. And then once COVID ended, we didn't know whether we'll go back into lockdowns.
Yeah,
So
we
we
wasn't
said,
sure.
yeah, let's just, the easiest way to work this all out is
Yeah.
just to get the out of here.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's
That's
just start something fresh where there's just not this pressure and not this stress of not knowing what the hell is going to happen
But
tomorrow.
we didn't know what to do, so we was
Yeah.
just making dreams. Like
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
we
That's
didn't
right.
know what to do. We just sell the house, have the money.
And because we were so depressed, really, because we were so depressed about, what we were going through at the time, we had this excitement of potentially being able to travel the world.
Exactly.
So what happened?
Well, he said to me one day, let's
Laying in
buy
bed,
a van.
weren't we? We're laying in bed and we're looking up at the ceiling.
He said, what are we doing in our lives? I said, absolutely nothing right now. We're almost going to sell the house. Soon it's going to sell. And he said, when? And you said, when we sell, should we buy a van in Greece and travel the world? I said, what?
Which is extreme.
Extreme.
It's always starting a chicken farm.
It was everything extreme in our lives. Nothing came like naturally.
Yeah.
Everything is extreme. And I said, what? I said, that's my dream. That's my biggest dream. I loved, remember, to travel
Yeah.
as a flight attendant.
That's what you told them at your job interviews.
Yeah, I love flying for free.
Yeah.
Take me back again.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, of course, yes, that is my dream. Always
do
I
it.
wanted to travel and to see different places.
We just
and
needed that
taste
spark
food.
in our life again, didn't we? We just needed that excitement.
Exactly.
And it gave us something to work towards. It gave us something to really work towards. Having that dream of traveling the world, buying a van and traveling the world, which at the time it was a dream. We didn't know whether we were going to sell the house. We didn't know whether we were going to be able to travel. We didn't know whether we were going to be able to get into Greece. Yeah, so it was just a big dream and a big goal that we had. And it gave us something to really focus on. And, it gave us a goal. And I think that's what really pushed us through to get through that COVID period and to come out the other side. Well, it changed us. It opened our eyes to a lot of things, and we became. I'm definitely a different person after it. It opened my eyes to a lot of things that I was totally blind to. But it gave us that strength to push through and take our lives to the next step, which was having that dream of traveling the world.
Yeah, exactly.
In a van, going to Greece.
And we did it. But
And
we didn't
and
travel.
we bloody did it. Who would have thought, huh?
It was a dream, but became true.
Yeah.
See, you had.
Well, we did. Well, we bought the van,
but we never traveled.
but we never travelled.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully we will travel now.
Yeah.
Because
So
we went in Greece after me 4 years, almost 5 years to don't see my family. And the stress as well that I'm taking my partner with me because he doesn't speak Greek and they don't speak English.
Well, it was the first time I was meeting Thenia's family.
Exactly. It was too much stress for me as well that how the heck we're going to have conversations and stuff. But I knew my family, they're very cool and they loved Willsy straight away. They hugged him. My mom, she every day kissing you and hug you, and we had such a good time. We bought the van there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
We
spent
renovate.
3 months there. Willsy's renovate them.
It looks so amazing, doesn't it? The van looks so amazing.
Hey, man, the people that they follow us from the beginning, they will remember how they look. But it's not finished yet, but it's gonna finish, I think, next year, probably summer.
Yeah.
Depends what we do.
It's got everything. It's got a kitchen, a hot water system, hot heater.
It has the solar panels.
Solar panels, everything. It's all fitted out.
So the van is almost ready to go. But he was, if you remember, you can't stay. Yeah, you can't stay in Greece more than 3 months.
Yeah,
so
'cause of
it's
visa.
an Australian citizenship. So he had to go somewhere outside of Greece. So we went first to Turkey for
To
9
Turkey,
days.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
It was beautiful.
Turkey, man, it was unbelievably beautiful.
You didn't say anything about Greece.
Greece, I haven't really seen Greece because I was in your shed the whole time.
Exactly.
I was in your carport the whole time building the van.
3 months, who would believe it? 3 months he spent in the bloody shed, my dad's shed, building up the van. He didn't even see outside. If somebody asked him, how was Grace Willsy? 3 months. Everybody will think like, they did holidays.
I saw the inside of the van and the back of the garage door.
Absolutely gorgeous because we was living in the mountain. Amazing trees and bushes. That's what was Grace for Willsy.
Didn't even snow. It didn't even snow. It was just freezing.
Freezing cold.
Yeah.
The freezing in Greece, the freezing in Australia, it's absolutely
totally different.
Totally different.
It's totally different. It was cold. In Greece, we didn't really post much in Greece, did we?
No, because
not
actually not much because actually that was I didn't even post much. I had still my camera because hang on a minute. Oh yeah. We didn't have a good internet up there in the mountain.
Yeah, it was terrible. Until I got the Starlink, the Elon Musk Starlink, and then it was good. But before that, it was so bad, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was so bad.
So stressful having no internet and trying to build this YouTube channel. Remember?
I remember that. Yes, I remember that.
So we'd go into your dad's office to try and find. We'd have to go into the city to try and find Wi-Fi to upload one video. So we just sort of ended up just like giving up, and then. Yeah, and then just focusing on the van. But yeah, so we didn't really post much there. That was sort of like, sort of dead period of 3 months. We posted here and there, like once a week, whatever. And then when we got to Bali.
Yeah, when we went to Bali, we stayed here for 3 months. We said we're gonna stay for 3 months until the house. Until the house, because he started already building up another house behind the house that we just sold, and while this house was building up, we had to stay somewhere, and because we didn't have anywhere to stay, and we couldn't stay to your mom and dad for 4 months, for example. It was too long, so we decided to stay here in Bali, in this beautiful paradise place. Until our home to build up. So
neither of us had a job either.
And we didn't have a job. So what the heck we will do in Melbourne?
In Melbourne, yeah, nothing.
Better thanks God we stay here 3 months, to be honest. And we stay here. We realized that so many people building up villas and stuff like that.
Well, that's right.
And we realized as well so many people building up taverns.
And I remember when it hit me, we were sitting in my friend's restaurant, and there was these people like next to our table talking about developing property here.
Yeah. You said, shh, don't talk. I'm listening.
Yeah, and I was listening to their conversation.
Why?
I was listening to their conversation, wasn't I? I was just like sitting there.
Gossip. Big gossip, man.
Yeah, and then we came back, and then we came back to the villa, where we were staying, the homestay that we were staying, and I said, I think we should start looking for land here.
And for me, it was absolutely shocking because he does that shocking things to me, Well, let's go there, let's buy there.
And we had no money.
And, I need my time to understand actually because I follow. But I'm scared. I'm scared for any new things that's happened to my life. And as women, you can't live so much easy the comfortable zone that you've got and just go around. Even to go to my mom and dad's house when we sell the house, I miss them so much. But thinking that closing the door and go to, anyways, and now I'm going backwards.
Yeah, you're not going,
Yeah, thinking that I'm going closing the door and then move up to Greece and knowing that we don't have our home, that was for me difficult. I didn't want to leave Melbourne.
And then
I loved Melbourne, difficult times I passed there. Yeah. I learned everything though there. It's my second home. My
Yeah.
first home is where I born and forever is gonna be, and my second home was when I learned everything from zero.
Yeah.
To speak, to work, to respect, to everything I learned in Melbourne, and it's my home, you know. And thinking that okay, close this door, coming in Bali, and not knowing nobody, and thinking like it's completely different. If you come here for the holidays, it's a paradise. It's you doing, you know, you do stay 10 days and then you leave. You go back to your home, exactly to your comfortable zone.
Yeah.
But here, it's like that's it. Now there you go. That's your home. Another home.
Yeah, but I remember when we were, because like I'm always sort of thinking about doing something else. Every day I have a new thing that
Already
I want
Wills
to
is up. He built up homes in Mexico and in Greece as well. Oh yeah, I forgot. In Greece, he built up 2 rentals. If anyone
do.
wants,
In my
send
mind,
me.
in my mind.
Yeah.
But I talk about it like it's already happening.
Yeah, yeah.
But I said to Thena, look, if I start to think about something else other than traveling around the world and doing Thenias Kitchen with cooking and traveling, and that's what we wanted to do in the van. We wanted to travel the world and we wanted to cook and we wanted
Yeah,
to
I want always
meet
to do
different
cooking.
we
I wanted to cook. Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to meet different cultures and cook with different cultures and start a YouTube channel, sort of like the best ever food review show, because we watch him a lot in
Yeah,
Mark
I
Queen's. We
wanna
want to
be
do
like
something
him.
similar, but travel around in a van. You know, that was our ultimate goal. And I said
Yeah.
to Thena, look, if I start to think, I said to you, if I start to think about something else, you know, just pull me back into line. And then when you know, the opportunity came up about buying land here, I just couldn't say no. It was just like, this is what I want to do. But unfortunately, the van now sits in the garage, and it doesn't move. It does sometimes because I need your dad to drive it, so
No,
it doesn't.
it does.
So it
My
doesn't
dad
fall
taking
apart.
it. Yeah, of course he does move it.
Otherwise, it'll bloody fall apart, the car. So, but now that we're in Bali, it's sort of like we have a home again here, and I feel like now is its own, because when we first came here, we were staying at the homestays. We're staying in the homestays and living at the homestays. We didn't have our own. You didn't have your own kitchen. You didn't have your own utensils. You're cooking outside. It was very hard to get motivated about something where you didn't have your own space. You know, your own working space.
I will tell you now that everybody, you have no idea. And now that's the first time that I'm gonna say it publicly, which is I have to put it on Instagram to know, like, hey guys, it's not only so gorgeous and beautiful, but what do you say? I was washing our plates in the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
every
know,
day. Yeah.
this Turkish water that have
the bidet, the
the
Turkish.
bidet.
Yeah.
I was washing our plates in the bidet.
Yeah.
So every time I said, what the heck? People thinking like, oh, they're living the best life in this villa, luxury lifestyle. No, with no kitchen. Me, I'd rather sleep on the bloody floor than to don't have a kitchen.
Yeah, sleep on the floor in the kitchen, you know. Yeah.
Sleep on the floor, but have the kitchen,
only have a kitchen in your house, nothing else.
Nothing else.
Which I'm pretty sure we did that in Chernside
that's
Park.
right. Some other things. Yeah, we have to speak about this as well.
Yeah.
We didn't have the bedroom. We had no bedroom. We were sleeping for 5 months.
Yeah, in
on the
Chernside
floor.
Park on the floor. But yeah, so it was really hard to get motivated to keep your cooking going when we were in. But we still went on. We still did the day trips, and you still did a lot of your cooking videos. But it wasn't until we really found this villa that it all started coming together. Like, because I edit the videos. I edit all the videos, and it just sort of works now. It just sort of feels like, you know, this is what we're supposed to be doing. True?
Yeah.
It does. Like, everything is just sort of, after all that chaos, all that absolute chaos in the first few years of trying to make something happen with Thenia's Kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, there was just so much shit that
going
came with
on,
it.
and we couldn't.
And then we finally got here, and then things just seem to be happening. And there's times where I'm just like, what the fuck is it going on? How is this happening with our lives? You know, well, but like, because it's easy to forget how much pain we went through to get to this space where we really feel like that we're growing. You know.
Exactly. I don't want to say that, I'm always feeling blessed, and whatever we pass it for a reason, So everything happened, all this happens to our life for this reason. Now, today we're living here, tomorrow, we don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm too much worried. I'm so worried, like I wake up and I will lose everything.
Yeah. But you've
And-
got to be worried about that. That's what keeps us,
And that's why, and if this has happened, because we passed the time that we had completely everything.
We
I
didn't
couldn't
have
complain.
anything.
We did have everything. Like we had our home, we had our jobs, we knew that we're gonna do
before, yeah.
everything. So, but shit happens. We wasn't expecting that,
Yeah,
and we
then-
had to move on.
Yeah.
So here we are in Bali.
Yeah.
The dream. We're living the dream. Sorry, we're living the dream.
Well,
right?
the dream that we visioned, we had this idea, and now we're
Yeah,
and that's
right.
why every time before I jump in the water to go surfing, I say, I feel the water and I say, thank you, God, thank you, thank you for what I've got. Really,
Yeah.
like this is just
It's
like a shock,
absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place here in Bali, and it's very good to do business here. The people are good. They're always smiling.
But I'm not talking about Bali generally. I'm talking about my life right now. I'm talking about being able to surf every morning and then go to the job at night, and come home. Sorry, go to the job during the day, and then in the afternoon being able to edit videos that you've spent all day making. That's what we dreamed of doing, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
I'm talking about my life in general right now, and I don't know. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like I am much better here than how I was in Melbourne. 100%. 100%. I wasn't never imagination, to be honest, though, that I would like to stay in Bali for a very long terms, to be honest with you, because I was living in Melbourne, but it couldn't work anymore. So we're living here now. I love Bali. I love the people here. I love where we're staying. This is our little paradise. So it started already looking as our home. So yes, it took for me a little bit more time to say, I love to stay here. It's different, as I said, to come for holidays, and it's different to stay for long terms. But here imagination our future together in Bali, and like already want to do things here in Bali. Like my dream is to have a little Greek tavern here, and Bali is a beautiful destination. It's just a beautiful destination. From all over the world they come here. We have a beautiful beaches, we have a beautiful people, the food is really good, and the weather, it's always warm. So yeah,
we got
of course.
Little baby Micah.
Oh,
It's underneath
that's
the
the
sea.
best thing that happens here.
Yeah, the best thing that's happening to us.
Yeah, the unexpected.
So Tom, if you're
Things.
watching this, thank you for bringing us Micah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yes.
So where do you see Thenias Kitchen in, where now we've gone through, you started to build this company that you're going to keep building over a space of time, that you're going to keep building and keep growing, and who knows what the future's going to hold. But, what we visioned doing 3 years ago with Thenias Kitchen, it's sort of happening now. It took its turns, like, because we were going to get in the van and travel the world, but then that's gone into something else, and now with sort of what we're building here, we could potentially go and travel the world in a van and do that Thenias Kitchen in a van and have an income source as well, you know, with Enya Villas. You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like this is the beginning of true growth in Thenias Kitchen. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel the same. And I want to do as well online cooking classes.
Yeah.
And the big goal is as long as my Instagram and my TikTok grows and people know about us more, like knows about me as a cooking here in Bali. This is what is my next step. I would like to do cooking classes, online cooking classes, and in the future I would like to have a little Greek tavern here in Bali, in the area that we live in, and in Greece.
Yeah, definitely.
And in Greece. But at the moment, because as well, I'm not traveling that fast as Wills is. He already said Greece. I'm living in Bali, so yeah, I would like to do something in Bali. And then, yes, my country is Greece and Australia. And if God wants, my dream is to have something in my country in Greece and something in Melbourne, because Wills has family as well in Melbourne. So definitely that's our dream. But God knows what is the future.
But in Melbourne, the regulations are very difficult.
It's very expensive there.
In Bali, it's no regulation.
No.
It's just, you know, if you want to have an idea here, you can just do it. You can do it. Yeah, if you have an idea, hey, I want to open a restaurant. You can open the restaurant tomorrow.
Yeah,
they just make
like
it that
next
easy.
Month, like literally everything. It's
Literally.
not how you call it.
Well, they make
and stuff.
they make everything accessible and easy for entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs. And Melbourne doesn't. It works against you, or Australia works against you, whereas here works for you. Anything you want to do, you can literally start it in a week. It might be crazy for people listening to think, you know what, how they're doing this, but in reality, it's so easy. And it's not until you move away from your country or move away from your bubble that you realize how accessible and how easy things are in other countries. True?
Not to all, but in Bali, now let's talk only in Bali. It is easy here.
Not in all other countries,
because if people can watch us, you know, so many people, they said to me, like, I want to leave from Melbourne and stuff like that. And I said, if people want to do the first step and get the risk, because it is a risk.
Take a risk, yeah.
What we're doing here, we're going to say another time. I think you already say a couple of things,
but
not in a details.
We'll go into detail, later.
Later in another video, of course, we're going to say more details. What actually we're doing here in Bali at the moment. If some people that want to see us and watch this video right now, you have to come in Bali and do business. Take the risk. Because it is a risk. We don't know if it is what we're doing, it's going to be 100%.
It could all fall apart tomorrow.
Yeah, and then go back and start
but what, you want
cooking and painting again.
Yeah,
you know?
but at least,
at least we try.
At least we tried, you know. It just like the chickens, like the working with the insurance company, like the catering, you know. If this falls apart, well, it's another story. We'll move on to the next thing and enjoy the next thing. Give it a crack somewhere else, you know. At least we have a story to tell. And the story's just growing. And it's hilarious. People just all the time laugh at our dumb shit that we've done.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
That's right.
Like, do you remember telling people that we were selling chickens? They thought that we were
what the heck?
insane. And then we tell them that we're selling $50 each.
$50 is true. Well,
their jaw will drop out of their head. Like, what? $50 a chicken? Oh, so funny. Yeah, we're doing it. We're having fun. That's the main thing. We don't take ourselves too seriously.
No, we don't need to.
We don't.
And you know what? We're living only once.
All right, that was good for our first podcast.
So yeah, that's the first podcast
about Thenias Kitchen.
Willsies and me about Thenias Kitchen, how we started, how I started, and yeah,
and where it's going.
Μικρό.
But as long as we stay truthful, respectful, and committed to each other and the business, that we're trying to build, then all's going to work out. Oli gala.
He's learning. Yes, my God.
Oh my God.
Hola, Kala, baby.